Hi guys, it's Andy from City Fan TV and welcome back to the final part of tonight's Friday Night Social live stream. This is unusual because normally we record these, but we're actually going live for you guys. And thank you for everyone who's made the comments. If you go back and watch part one, we talk all about the latest transfer rumours. We talk about Koulibaly. We talk about different players in there. And part two is all about Cass and what their thoughts on Cass not releasing the full report over their findings over Man City and the CFCB. But this part three is all about two things. One, we're going to talk firstly about the Football Writers Player of the Season. And I'm sure you've seen it all over Twitter. I will bring in your comments as well as the guys who are on here, which is Carl, Tom, Chris, and Alan. Alan is over in Melbourne. Carl is over in Washington. But first up, we're going to talk tonight about the Player of the Season, or the Football Writers Player of the Season. It was interesting today that the Football Writers released their Player of the Season, which, as we know now, was Jordan Henderson, which has got a lot of. I mean, if you went on Twitter, you're on Twitter, you only have to read the comments underneath the journalists, tweets. But the Premier League have delayed theirs and said they're not publishing theirs today. So it might come out tomorrow, it might come out next week. But anyway, we're going to talk about the Player of the Season first. Jordan Henderson, what are your thoughts, Carl, on Jordan Henderson being named as the Football Writers Player of the Season?
Okay, so Andy, I'm not surprised. As you know, I'm not a fan of a lot of the English journalists. And so when I saw Henderson, I knew it was going to be him anyway. It's Football Writers. They're not going to award Kevin De Bruyne or Marcus Rashford, by the way, an award for off-the-field highlights, if you would, right? I think the telling thing for me was, and this caused a lot of division even between the football writers and journalists. So, for example, Peter Drury, somebody I follow, he says this, quote, Liverpool's captain, fantastic, Henderson scoops the individual glory from the writers. But what about Kevin De Bruyne? As individual performances go, rarely have we seen such blazing talent as the boy from Belgium. And that's Peter Drury, one of the currently best commentators in the world in football. So yeah. It boggles the mind to think that anybody could write. If it's off the field, Marcus Rashford deserves it for the COVID issue with the Prime Minister turning around. If it's on the field, it has to be Kevin De Bruyne. There's nobody else. So the question is, why a Liverpool player would win that award from the writers this year?
Well, Centurion's 100 points says here, Blue Moon, I think KDB will win the PFA Player of the Year. I wish I had your. I wish I had your. Hold on. Martin says Henderson to get Player of the Year is baffling. He is the best at Liverpool. I think he means, is he the best at Liverpool? He's probably had far too many cocktails. He's getting his words back to front. I think he means, is he the best player at Liverpool? Yeah, I mean, you've got there. Peter Drury's a well-respected commentator and a writer, and it just shows you. Tom, what were your thoughts when it was announced? Were you surprised? Probably not, but were you surprised about Jordan Henderson getting it?
Well, the first thing I thought was maybe getting 19 assists in a season and counting still isn't good enough to get some sort of award. And secondly, I wasn't surprised because he's from Liverpool and they've won the league, and it was obviously going to go to somebody like that. But me and my dad were discussing this in the car. We said, we won the league last year and Liverpool got more awards in the Player of the Season awards than we did. Yeah. So why now? I can understand why they're getting some now because they've been the better team, but Salah got it when we got 100 points. It's like it doesn't work. It doesn't make sense how we just don't seem like they want to give us anything. Aguero hasn't won even any awards since he's been here, which shows you the corruption. Oh, not corruption. The bias towards the United and Liverpool's in the awards, but you can sort of see why they've given it to him because he's a good player. He's underrated. I have to say that. I've said it in the thing when we did that 11 City combined 11. I thought, and Liverpool combined 11. I thought he's a good player, but to get player of the season, he hasn't done anything really other than being the captain of the team to really do anything.
Well, I mean, you've hit on a couple of points there, which I want to sort of read up on. Well, obviously, Raheem Sterling won it last year, the football writers. Now, on that point, and remind me if I don't come back to point 2, which is talking about Sergio Aguero. So remind me, Tom, Sergio Aguero. Yeah. On the Raheem Sterling won it last year. Now, I've read a lot of. I'm connected with a lot of journalists and things like that, as you know, and I speak to a number of them in an amicable way. A lot of them I don't get on with, and a lot of them I'm blocked by. Reading some of the sort of okay ones, their explanation around it was, well, let's face it, they won the Champions League. Yeah, but that was last season.
Last season.
They won the World Club Biscuit competition, 4 teams in it. And then they turned around and started talking about, well, and let's face it, the way that he dealt with the health secretary of the government and he's coming out and putting up. I'm going, hold on a minute, what's that got to do with football? What's that got to do with football on the pitch? And then somebody else, another journalist commented, yeah, no, but it's not just about what happens on the field. It's about everything that happens surrounding it. And then a third journalist, which I commented tonight on, turned around and said, John Henson does an awful lot off the pitch for charity, and he does this, that, and the other. Like professional footballers don't have their own charities and don't do loads of things that you never hear of. So that led me to think, well, hold on. Somebody else commented, some City fans have posted to this one journalist. Yeah, no, but City fans are always overlooked. And he went, well, Raheem Sterling won it last year, so you're wrong. So I sort of replied back to him saying, all right, so did Raheem Sterling win it last year because of the racist connotations and everything, the way he tackled the media, or because of his footballing abilities? Which is it? How do you as football writers go about it? Because it's either one or the other, or it's a culmination of both. Is it about if you're being attacked by racist journalists and you come out fighting against it, oh, well, we'll give it Raheem Sterling? Or is it about the fact that Raheem Sterling has made a stance against racism? That's why I get. Or is it because Raheem Sterling's a brilliant footballer and had a brilliant season? Which is it? Is it all of them? Is it one of them? Is it a combination? I've got no idea what the criteria is because he did a Zoom call about COVID and footballers. Does that mean that are you counting Champions League from last season or a World Club Biscuit competition that 4 teams were in it, or the fact that he was the captain of a team that's won a Premier League for the first time in 30 years? I don't get it. I mean, if that's it, fine. Give it to him. But
why is Vincent Company not winning 4 times?
Well, exactly. Why Sergio Aguero? That was the point.
Sergio.
Why Sergio never been up for the award? Why? So I don't understand what it is that they actually. I know we saw a couple of journalists, and Jonathan Northcroft came out today saying, I voted for Kevin De Bruyne. I can understand why Henderson got it. And I think Henry Winter said he voted for De Bruyne, but he could understand why Henderson got it. But I didn't realise when I read some of the things on Twitter that some of the journalists are getting votes on this. Are they really journalists? They might write the odd article here or there, or they might, present a Man City TV, show. But they get a vote on it. They're not really journalists who write about football. They just present a Man City TV show. What, they get a vote on it? It's like, who votes for it? So, I don't know, Chris.
Well, I think Henderson is a little bit underrated as a footballer.
Yeah, I agree.
Has he been the best? Has he been the best player in the league this season? Has he, balls? Has he been the best player at Liverpool this season? No. Is he the best English player in the Premier League this season? No. Has he even been the best Henderson in the season this year? No. It's an absolute joke, right?
That's a good one.
You know, so I mean, to me, right, if ever there was proof that football writers know balls about what they're talking about, is this decision today an absolute joke? I mean, if they turned around and said that Sadio Mane was their player this season, I said, yeah, I've got no argument with that. I think he's a great player, does a great job for Liverpool. I don't have a problem. But Jordan Henderson, come off it. I think I see somebody on Twitter say that if Jordan Henderson took Mark Noble's role at West Ham, they'd be worse off. And I think that's true.
Yeah. I've got to show that.
I've been a better.
Fantastic. Yeah, I mean, he's not even been the best Henderson in the Premier League. You're absolutely.
No, he hasn't.
You're spot on with that one. Let me just go back see what some of the comments are before I come to. I'm dreading.
I like that. I'm going on my Facebook right now. I'm telling you that now.
I'm going to have to be. I'm going to have to be careful with some of these. USA Blue. To be fair, I think he's underrated, but Jordan Henderson didn't deserve Player of the Year. Mane on KDB. Martin says Henderson to get Player of the Year is baffling. Well, we said that one already, haven't we? It's his spelling mistakes. I'll need to jump down a bit. Uwe Rosa says it doesn't matter how many of our players perform, they always give the awards to others. Usual, yeah. Brad Niblot says even United fans saying KDB should have won. Mingy Wong says Jordan Henderson even a good player, let alone winning the league. Leonard London said, Andy, is Hendo better than KDB's left foot? No. Centurions 100 points says, do you think they're preserving the PFA for KDB? I don't know. Maybe after the backlash today, because I think the backlash on social media to the journalists was even from Chelsea fans, not Liverpool fans, United fans, and loads of other fans were all saying the same thing. How Kevin De Bruyne has not got the award, I've no idea. Let's see here. We've got Blue Heart says Sergio Silva, Vinny Company. Our players are invisible men to the media. No surprises from the media. Yeah, that's fine. Alan, what are your thoughts?
I started laughing when I saw it. I sort of knew it was going to come. And when it did, it didn't surprise me because it's the press. They don't like us. Let's be completely honest. You know, the stats are...
Most don't.
Most don't.
Not all.
All right. Well, Jordan Henderson has scored 4 goals and 5 assists, which in goals puts him 62nd in the Premier League. And assists, he's got 5 assists this season, which is joint 29th. So he's obviously doing good interviews. That's all I can say. Because that's the only reason. It is the only reason they've liked him and said, yeah, Jordan Henderson. Marnie and Van Dijk have played better than him this year by an absolute mile.
Yeah, and I agree. I agree with that.
KDB, you know, if you're saying KDB, all right, let's just take KDB out of it. You'd have to say Van Dijk and Mane are better than him and have been better than him all season. So if you're going to pick a Liverpool player, and even I was debating with Liverpool fans on Facebook today, where I've got a few mates in Liverpool, and they all said, "Stop being jealous." I said, "Would you say Mane's done better this year than Van Dijk?" They said, "Yeah." There's your answer, and they agreed with me. They all think KDB should have won it. And that's Liverpool fans.
Yeah, well, anybody got anything else? Let's just see what we've got here. Amazing winning domestic treble, unlike anyone has ever done. Still, non-City player won Premier League Player of the Year. Yeah, I agree. Martin says they are showing off trophies they won last season. They are. We know that. Joe Smith says they may as well let Twitter decide Premier League Player of the Year. Yeah. Doing stuff for charity isn't doing stuff for Liverpool, says Lankow. Roberto Blondie says all the awards in City have become formidable, have been excused to others for fear of recognising the validity of our players' brilliance, as it will be attributed to our club. That's a good point. Martin says, not salty, it's the truth, as Henderson hasn't had a better season than KDB. Clearly somebody, 10 Kenobi. Oh, yeah, 10 Kenobi, he's a dipper. He comes on. But Sammy Oliver says, does anyone know why Liverpool got so many guards of honour? If I recall, in 17-18, we only got one, even when we won it with a game to spare. That's a point there with... who's that your picture of? I'm trying to look there. Is that Morrissey? Is it Smith? Yeah. No, it's Morrissey, isn't it? That's the same one. The people giving out the prizes are jealous of City and influenced by the media that apply double standards. Last couple, Little Booleans saying they won the World Cup trophy. I mean, what the is that? I don't know. Are we saying that there may be Are we saying there may be an agenda against City in the media? No way, surely. No, definitely no agenda there. Leonard said, Hendo never crossed my mind of being a good player, never mind being the best. Martin says, has he ever been the best Henderson in the Premier League? Oh, stop it. Stop repeating what we've what I that was me. That was mine. No, that was mine. That was mine. That was mine. Wasn't Martin's. Tom, we love you in Croatia. What a legend, says Mash. Oh, Tom's got it. It must be the hair.
Very nice, Tom.
It must be the hair. Oh, there you go.
Thank you, Croatia. You will be getting my vote in the next Eurovision.
Tom's got a few nice comments.
Get Rays up.
Yeah. There you go.
Get Rays up.
Tom, can you say happy birthday to my friend Luca?
Happy birthday,
Luca.
No,
John. Hi, Luca.
I didn't say that.
Roberto Blondie, our club is our love, and in the end, the players feel that we will all be what we are, and that is City till we die. I think that's a brilliant way to end on that first part of part 3. We're going to move on to now the Norwich lineup. Obviously, last game of the season. Now, it's a 4 o'clock kickoff, I believe. I thought it was 3 o'clock, but it's 4 o'clock. So, obviously, that's been moved for TV purposes. So, the likes of other countries can see it at a reasonable time. Maybe not for you, Alan, because it's going to be, what, midnight? Is that a midnight kickoff for you?
We're 9 hours in front of you.
1 o'clock. 1 o'clock in the morning.
1 o'clock in the morning. It's not too, but last 3 games have been 3 a.m.
Yeah, but you're working from home now anyway because of your disgusting. All you COVID-19 lot over there in Melbourne forced you to lockdown, so you're working from home anyway. There you go. Hey, he's got a sticky mask. There you go. With the worker bee. So you'll be fine. Right, on to Sunday's game then. Last game of the season. I'm going to be doing a watch along. I cannot promise how I'm going to be during that watch along. I'm warning you now. There may be times when I blank my screen. There may be times when you see tissue. There may be, I don't know. I can't promise. I might be absolutely fine. But I am not looking forward to it. And I'm doing a live watch along of all things. So
can I get Martin to do it on the from Spain?
No. He'll be on a beach somewhere with his umbrella and his pink gin or whatever else he's drinking. Anyway,
get Luca on from Croatia.
Luca. Right. Okay. Goalkeeper, Carl.
Edison.
Tom.
Edison.
Chris.
Eddie.
And for one reason, because of the Golden Glove.
Yeah.
Because of the Golden Glove, yeah.
Alan?
Edison.
Okay, so we've got Eddie in there. That's a certain. Right, we're gonna go through the lineup as a 4-3-3 against Norwich because I think it'll be pretty attacking. So right back then, Carl, and I'll write down your players. You reckon who's going to be right back on Sunday?
Walker.
You're going for Walker. Tom?
Yeah, Walker.
Chris?
Yeah, same.
Alan?
Walker.
Okay, so it's a full house. Carl Walker's going to be right back. Left back, Carl.
I think Cancelo.
Okay. Tom?
Yep, Joao for me.
You reckon? Oh,
Yeah.
Joao. Oh, Joao. You like Joao now. Chris?
I'm going to get him on back of my shirt.
I've gone for Cancelo as well.
Wow. Alan? Woo. Okay, well, I've been overruled. I've gone for Mendy, but okay. Cancelo is going to be the left back.
Is Mendy? Is he in Manchester?
Yeah, apparently they've just gone on a short break. He should be back I think they're back today. I think they are. Or they've been in training this afternoon, I think, for Sunday. So I think they had Wednesday, Thursday off, and they were back this afternoon for a late training. Okay, so Cancelo is going to be the left back. Let's just see so far what we got, what the people think. We've got tissues at the ready. Oh, God, bloody hell. Robert Overlandy says Eddie Golden Glove. Yeah, let's hope so. Theo Tran says Cancelo. Robert Overlandy, he says Walker as well. Lankow's given his full team there, which has got Cancelo and Mendy. He's got no Walker in that. So interesting. Right, on to our centre backs. So I think, are we all agreeing on Laporte?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to go Laporte on that one. Right, who's going to be his partner then? Oh, you're not going, Chris? Are you going somebody else?
Yeah.
Who are you going for?
I've got a feeling he'll play Stones and Otamendi. I think
no.
this is the last chance to get him in the shop window.
Redemption.
And I think, and yeah, a bit of redemption for the last time they played Norwich. So I've got a feeling he might play those two.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Right, well, okay. Well, all right,
We can't afford for Laporte to get injured.
No. Well,
we can't afford for Laporte to get injured.
No, I still think he'll play him, but you've been overruled anyway. You've been outnumbered for Laporte.
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
We've got the other centre back then is Otamendi, according to Chris. So, Carl, who's your other centre back?
I think Stones. I think he'll play Stones. Shop window.
You think Stones? Okay. Tom?
I think he'll play Fernandinho there.
You think Ferner? Okay.
Yeah.
Alan?
Stones.
You think Stones as well?
Yeah.
This is going to be difficult because it's that noise. Whoa, that noise.
It's not me this time.
No, it's not me.
I don't do that. No, hey, that's not my sort of noise. That's me. Alan.
That's gone. It's Alan. It's Alan. Alan. Right, we'll mute Alan for a minute.
Good luck.
Yeah, he's still talking now, isn't he? Look at him. He's still. Right, we'll unmute him. Oh, he's muted himself. I can't unmute him because he's muted himself. He says.
There you go. There, I'm here now.
No, he's back. Right. Well, I was going to say Garcia, but I've been outvoted by two of you. So for tonight, then John Stones is going to play with Aymeric Laporte at centre back. Interesting. Okay. CDM. Carl.
Rodri.
Just we'll mute Alan there because he's making a noise. Rodri. Yeah. Tom.
Yeah, Rodri for me.
Rodri. Chris.
Yeah, I've gone for Rodri.
Alan. If you can hear us, unmute him. Alan. Alan? Alan?
Yes, I'm here.
Who are you going for?
Doyle.
Who?
Doyle.
Who?
Doyle.
Doyle.
Tommy Doyle.
Tommy Doyle.
Yeah,
Tommy
good.
Doyle.
I'd love to see that.
Okay. Well, I think it'll be Rodri. So Rodri's our holding midfielder. We're going to play a right midfielder and a left midfielder and play 4-3-3. So right midfielder, anybody disagreeing with Kevin De Bruyne for the assists?
No, everyone's the same. KDB.
Okay. KDB is our right midfielder. Left midfielder, this is where it might be a bit difficult. Carl?
It has David Silva has to be because it's final game at the Etihad. So
Okay.
it will be David Silva.
David Silva, Tom?
Yeah, it'll be David Telmago, yeah, for his last game at the Etihad. Oh, in the Premier League.
Chris?
David.
Alan?
Elmargo.
Full house. The main man is definitely
The main
gonna
man
be playing.
himself.
He will be captain and he will play the last game without a shadow of a doubt. Right, we'll go for the right wing if we want to call it that. Carl,
I want Sterling on the right.
you're gonna go for Sterling, okay?
Probably won't happen.
Riyadh.
You're going for Mahrez. Chris,
I'm the same as Carl. I want Raz, but I think it will be Mahrez.
you think it'll be Mahrez, right? Okay. Alan,
Yeah.
fanboys will love you.
Mahrez.
Wait.
They'll love you as well. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go for Sterling on the right hand side. So what does that leave? That leaves us Mahrez 3-2.
Viva La Mahrez, as Martin said in the comments.
Oh, was it? You know what? He's such a shitbag. He just only says that because he don't want the fanboys coming after him. He really is just the biggest sucker upper. Look at him. You know, the Algerian fanboys, Viva La Mahrez from Martin TV. You can go over, follow him on Twitter. Give him all the thumbs up you like. Give him some more follows. He's just gone through 1,000 followers on Twitter. So go over and enjoy him. Whatever you do, don't follow me. That's all I'm saying. Robert Blondie, he thinks it's going to be Mahrez. Mingy Wong, he thinks it's going to be Mahrez. Martin says guard of honour for him, hopefully from the team, would be great idea. That's a really good. Yeah. I agree. That listen, Norwich have got nothing to play for, have they, David Silva? So it would be nice if both City and Norwich gave him a guard of honour, walking out his last match, certainly in the Premier League. So good shout, that Martin. Okay, well, they win it. They'll be loving this, absolutely loving it. Riyad Mahrez is our right winger for Norwich on Sunday. Left wing then. Carl.
Bernardo.
Interesting. Tom?
Sterling. I think it will be Sterling.
So Sterling. Chris?
I'm going Phil.
You're going Phil.
Yeah, actually, no, Phil. How can I forget Phil? Yeah.
What?
I forgot Phil. I forget Phil.
So you're going Phil.
It has to be Phil.
Alan?
Yeah.
Hogan.
Well, unless you're playing Sterling as a striker, Sterling will be dropped for Sunday. Wow. Well, I'm going Sterling, but I'm outvoted because three of you have gone for Phil Foden as the left winger.
Yeah.
Wow. So the striker, away you go then. Carl, who's your striker?
Jesus.
So Sterling is going to be on the bench. Oh.
Well, I have Sterling on the right though. So.
No, but you can't because Mahrez was on the right.
And it has to it's Jesus.
Go on. Yeah, it's Gabby, innit? It has to be. Nobody else.
Okay. Chris?
Well, we only got one striker, so it's got to be Gabby.
Alan,
I think Sterling would be rested.
What?
Yeah, I think the same as Laporte. We don't want any major injuries to our best players. Sterling's one of our best players, as is Laporte.
True.
We can't have major injuries.
Lankow thinks that Edison should be the striker. That'd be quite funny with about 10 minutes to go. Roberto Blondi thinks it should be Gabby. Martin's not too happy. He said, "Oh, say Jesus as a striker."
Very nice.
It's not very nice at all, is it? Mingy Wong thinks it's going to be Gabby. Mingy Wong thinks Carson's going to be in goal. That ain't going to happen when Edison's on for the Golden Glove. Martin says, "Put me up front." What, in those pink shorts? You're joking, aren't you?
He'd fit with that third kit.
Hey, we'll put you in net. We'll definitely get a clean sheet. Right, Alan, who's in net? Who's in net? Who's up front?
Sterling.
Oh, you're going Sterling. Oh,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's messed my plans up because I had Sterling on the left and Gabby up front, but Gabby gets it up front. So, if you want to know the consensus tonight, it's not what everybody thinks the full lineup will be. We're just taking a culmination of 5 of us. It will be Edson in net, Kyle Walker right back, Cancelo left back, Laporte centre back alongside John Stones. Rodri will be the holding midfielder with KDB and David Silva ahead of him. On the right wing will be the Algerian prince, Riyad Mahrez. On the left wing, it will be Phil Foden. And up front, it will be Gabby Jesus and Raheem Sterling is going to be on the bench, according to Man City Fan TV pundits. I can't see that happening. I don't know. I can see Mahrez and Sterling with Gabby up front, but then that means you're dropping Phil Foden, who's in brilliant form at the moment, and I can't see that happening either. So I put Sterling on the right, I put Foden on the left, and I put Gabby Jesus up front, and I would put Riyad Mahrez on the bench where he belongs. I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding, Mahrez fanboys.
Andy, I've heard City have offered David Silva a year extension.
Yeah, well, I think Pep said that he's said no, absolutely no way. I'd love him staying at the year only for sentimental reasons.
I don't ever want to leave. Never.
Yeah, I can't see it happening.
No, I wish.
Right, I just love to see him end the story. I'm sorry, I've got Mash and Bean says Tom for Croatia manager. There you go.
I think I need to head out to Croatia. By looks of it,
I think you might do.
Yeah, I'll have to try and buy one somewhere.
Martin said that's 500 dislikes, Andy. Thanks. Yeah, you're more than welcome, mate. As long as they view it, I don't care. They can say what they want. I just remove them anyway. But thanks for watching the videos. Laugh out loud, Andy. Speaking the truth. Thank you very much. I always say it as I see it. That's it. If you don't like it, it's okay. Martin says, "Stop it, Kiam. We love Mahrez." I don't know what Kiam said. Kiam actually said, "I'm better than Mahrez." I'd give David a lifetime contract. Uwe Ross said, "Get New York City to buy him and loan him to us for another season." Ain't gonna happen. Martin says, "Oh, they like muscles in Croatia."
It's very nice. It's very nice.
Leonard said, "Andy, hopefully City will sort its defence out in this transfer and go for a striker afterwards because Gabby ain't going to be Kun, unfortunately." I'm wrong. I don't think anybody will be Kun Aguero. I don't think they will be. I really don't. Carl Blundell said, "Mahrez is good, but being good isn't good enough for City. That's a fair point. I mean, I've always said he's a technically brilliant player. And I've always said he's played in the wrong position at City. And that's why you don't see the best of Riyad Mahrez. He's a number 8 all day long. And where he plays for City, you're never going to see the best of him. But what I'm going to do finally, one quick word. What are your thoughts before we wrap up on, and this is for you guys watching live, there's loads of people on the channel. Just sum up in one sentence. David Silva. It's his last game in the Premier League for Man City on Sunday. Well, I hope it is. I hope he plays, which I'm sure he will do, and he will captain the team. But yeah, it's a devastating day for me. What are your final thoughts on David Silva? End of a journey, 10 years at Man City. The absolute epitome of a professional footballer. Carl?
I watched David the last game he played, and he creates space-time. I mentioned it in my vlog, and I mean the way he moves and creates time and space, it's like astronomy in motion. It is absolutely beautiful, and we'll miss him. I had the pleasure of watching him for almost 10 years, 8 to 10 years, and I just haven't seen anybody like him. We'll miss him. The Premier League will miss him. I hope that when we look back on his career, we'll look back with joy and with happiness, because he is special.
It's certainly special. As Carl Blundell says here, David is inspirational. Tom?
Words can't describe how good that man is. I will have been 6 when I was.
Sorry, Tom. Kiam's just coming with David Silva is no Jordan Henderson.
Oh God!
Oh, Go on, mate.
Yeah, so I was 6 when David Silva arrived at City, and I've grown up with watching him play, and he's just been an icon. He's one of the best players in my lifetime. I will say, who is your childhood hero, and he is one of them alongside Aguero. So just thank you for the amazing football that you've given us, and all the best, and love from all the City fans as always, because he is El Mago and he's our magician.
Yeah, he's been absolutely incredible. USA Blue Moon says build a Silva and company statue. Oh, I'd add Sergio to that one, definitely. Chris, David Silva.
Yeah, he's been all right. He's
all right.
Why did he pass the ball? Why against United? Why did he pass the ball? No. David is without a doubt probably the best player City ever had, and a wonderful man to boot. Never has done anything to bring the club into disrepute. Just been a consummate professional. Every player talks so highly of him, how they learn off him, like Phil saying he's learning from the best. He is going to be missed so much. And, I probably won't cry, Andy, but that's only because I'm a horrible person. He's a great guy. I'll miss him.
Yeah, well, Shadow Rundle said, hope he's inspired Foden to become as good as him.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Can you absolutely imagine?
Incredible.
He was, somebody's just put Ocean Rage said, he was all right, wasn't he? I think, Ocean Rage, I'll go with that one. He was all right, wasn't he? Alan?
He's the best player ever to wear that City shirt, ever, without any shadow of a doubt. For the last 10 years, he's been a joy to watch. I think if you have to look at one pass that he did to tell you what David Silva's all about, it was without doubt the pass to Jack at Old Trafford for the sixth goal. I can't put 23 million we paid for him. Brian Maher would pay 23 million for David Silva in today's market. Unbelievable. And he's turned out, he could have Sergio Aguero, superstar, great striker, stick the ball back in net, great player. Yaya, without doubt, a big game player. definitely a big game player. Did it when it needed to happen. But if you're looking for consistency, gaming, game out, gaming, and had more talent than anyone I've ever seen in a City shirt. When United fans were coming up to me and said, "Oh, I wish David Silva would retire," that says everything.
Yeah.
And that's years ago. Unbelievable, without doubt. I will have a tear to my eye.
Yeah, I certainly will be. You know that anyway. But Kiam's just said he's not the best player City have ever had. He's the best player I've ever seen in the Premier League.
Yeah, so, not far off. Not far. I'll say one thing about the PFA Awards and the Football Writers Award. Do you know he's only made the Premier League team twice?
Yeah, I know. It's
how much of a joke is that?
Yeah, he's absolutely spot on. Lankow says, "Tell me a bad thing about David Silva. I'll give you a minute. You won't be able to give me an answer." Yeah, absolutely true. You what? You wouldn't. Jamie Short said, "The most underrated player of all time, in my opinion, made the hardest skills." I think that is look effortless. Yeah. Absolutely perfectly summed up that, Jamie Short. And
pretty much,
I do think he's underrated. I do think I don't think we've seen a player like David Silva in the Premier League era in my lifetime who fills those pockets like he does, and he does make, he makes the game look easy. Whether Kevin De Bruyne will reach those levels, I guess we'll wait and see. Cal says David can come to Goodison Park if you want. Now that's a transfer. Lord. I don't think that's going to happen.
I couldn't handle it if I saw him playing against City.
Oh no, I don't think he'd ever do it. Hence why I don't think he'll ever. He won't sign for any.
Interesting.
Roberto Blondie said City and Silva means a loving embrace reciprocated. I like that. Ming Yuan said David Silva never gave up when we lost games without him. Leonard finally says, I think Foden has learned from David how to be humble and great with the ball, brilliant footballer on the pitch, and a wonderful human being off the pitch. So I think that sums it up. That comes to the end of our Friday Night Social. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed it live. This is Andy from Man City Fan TV. Don't forget, check out part 1, where we talk about all the transfer rumours. You'll be able to go back on the channel and watch that. Part 2 is a brief chat about Cass, and part 3 has been about the player of the season, Jordan Henderson, for the Football Writers, and our thoughts on that, and also the lineup for Norwich. And just finally there, we had a quick chat about David Silva, which we're going to see in the Premier League for the last time, hopefully, on Sunday. I don't know if I'm going to get through the live stream on Sunday. But anyway, I want to say a massive thank you to Carl in Washington, D.C. Thanks for coming on, brother.
Thank you.
Tom?
Yeah, thank you, guys. And obviously, thank you to the guys in Croatia.
He's got some new fans over in Croatia now. It must be that new hairdo. It's that new hair. It's that new hairdo, mate. I tell you, Chris. Thanks for coming on, mate.
No worries, mate. Don't believe a word of it. It's really Wednesday night. Thanks for coming on, Blues. See you soon.
Alan in Melbourne. I know it's early for you, mate. So thank you for getting up and coming.
One thing I will say is thank you to David, and don't forget, fans. Apparently, they're lining up the road from the training ground all the way to the Etihad with David Silva flags and all that sort of stuff today.
Wow.
So if you do that, make sure you turn up and send off the best player we've ever had off. Social distance, though.
Yes. We're not Leeds or Liverpool.
Don't forget your masks.
Yeah, and don't be firing rockets at Manchester Town Hall, whatever you do. Yeah. And make sure you pick up your rubbish. But anyway, this is Andy from Man City Fans TV. I hope you've enjoyed this Friday Night Social. A bit different because it's been live. And I want to say a massive thank you to the guests for coming on a live stream, because it's a bit different when we do the recorded ones, because there's lots of swearing and there's lots of this, that and the other goes on, and we edit things out and whatever. But tonight, they've all been on the best behaviour. Chris?
Yeah, I just want to say it seems to be a lot nicer tonight, Andy. A
Yeah,
lot
it does.
nicer.
Are we missing somebody?
I think we are. Yeah, I think we are.
Yeah.
Much quieter.
Chris, none of this going on.
Much-
Yeah, when Andy says something he disagrees with and does this, he goes,
Oh God.
yeah.
Do you think we're missing this fella?
Gin.
Anyway, listen, I hope Martin's having a wonderful holiday. He will be back sometime late next week. He'll be back on the channel. Kiam says the riff raff is in Tenerife. Yeah, he is. But Ryan, Ryan, we've tried to get Ryan on, Cal, and every time we've asked him, he's been doing stuff, but his Wi-Fi isn't working. So, we need him on when his Wi-Fi is working. But Aaron Beat says, missing you, Martin. Ooh, got another fan favourite there. Oh God, look, Tom's not happy. The attention's
absolutely ridiculous. Where's he from? But he's Sweden.
Justice for Martin, says Jamie Short. Listen, hey, you don't need justice for him out there. Trust him. But anyway, guys, a massive. Tenerife is in lockdown, or is it pink trunks? Says Blue Heart. No, it's pink trunks for Martin. Pink cocktails. But anyway, thanks for joining us. It's coming up to sort of 20 to 1 in the morning. But I want to say a massive thank you to the guys. They give up their time to come on the channel and talk about Man City. Like I say, it's by the fans, sport fans, and don't forget subscribe, hit that bell icon, make sure your notifications are set to public, private. Go back, check that one, check part 2, and hope you enjoyed tonight. And take care. Have a great weekend. Don't forget, we'll be back on Sunday for a live watch along, the last game of the Premier League season this season. David Silva's last Premier League game. But take care. This is Andy from Man City Fan TV, and we'll see you soon.